From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast with Scott Sander.
Welcome to the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast. I'm Scott Sander. On this episode, we look at 2 workshops centered on accessing capital and find out what's in the Indianapolis Project Pipeline. Also, we meet some of the business owners who were recognized at this year's Mayor's Breakfast. The honorees include one of our recent guests.
Every business is unique and has a target audience. If you own or manage a business, Circulus Digital Media can help you connect and grow your customer base with turnkey digital solutions that are nimble, offering best-in-class results, service, and support to reach a bigger customer base, allowing you to pinpoint a specific audience down to the smallest details. Get outside the city, the state, span the globe. Put Circulus Digital Media to work for you. Get started now at circulusdigital.com. That's circulusdigital.com.
We get started with panel members from 2 workshops that dealt with doing business with the state of Indiana. First, we explore opportunities you may not be aware of with state universities. Then find out how to prepare for meetings with large companies practicing supplier diversity.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Getting started.
My name is Richard Wise. I'm with Indiana University. I work in the Office of Procurement, Department of Supply Diversity. This is the workshop for all the higher education institutions for the state. We are talking about how do you find business opportunities with higher education institutions for the state. That's our session today. We're excited to be here, and we have all the schools here. I'm excited about that. The room is filling up, and so we just want to have a great time and answer questions after all of the schools get a chance to present on their opportunities. Yeah, just glad to be here. Most of the schools have an awful lot year to year construction, repair, rehab, oftentimes ongoing. There's also professional services. There's also goods and services. The universities collectively they buy an enormous amount of products, goods, and services that serves the school, serves the population, serves the buildings, etc. So it's a great opportunity. It's a little difficult if you don't understand how to do business with the universities, and that's our focus today. It's really critical that they have a state certification because all the state schools that are here today are funded by the state. We follow state law, and the state has goals, and the schools reflect those goals in their product and service offerings when they have competition for business opportunities. Those goals are 8% minority, 10% women, and 3% veterans. The one thing they want to have is a capability statement. That's key. If they don't have, they want to have a website that pretty much reflects what they do. And their certification, if it's a state certification, the state certifications has UNSBSC codes that describe what the small business does. That's important. We need that information in order to match those companies to the business opportunities that the schools have.
Hi, my name is Keisha Rich. I'm the Deputy Commissioner for the IDOA, so the Indiana Department of Administration, Division of Supplier Diversity. Today is IBE State Day. We will be bringing panelists to talk about the different opportunities across the state. So we have our Energy Association partners, Citizens and NiSource, and then we have our state agency, DNR, Department of Natural Resources, and Indigo, that will be talking about business opportunities and how to do business with those particular organizations. At the Division of Supplier Diversity, we are a subcontracting agency, so we certify minority, women, and veteran-owned businesses looking to do business with the state. So to be a part of all of the construction that you see as a subcontractor would benefit you to be certified with our office so that you can be on that list. When prime vendors who are working on those projects are looking for subcontractors, they're looking at our list. So I would say get certified so that you can be one of the chosen ones. Capacity is one of the biggest things, right? So when you're participating on a contract, they're looking at, are you able to fulfill the scope of work that is on the contract, right? So you want to make sure that you have the capacity. You want to make sure that you have the tools to perform on the project, that you even have funding, to perform on those contracts. So those are just a few things. And then if there are any licenses that are required to be on those projects, you want to make sure that before it even starts, that you're getting yourself set up for success, looking for those licenses. So beyond certification, if there's a particular license that you have to be on that project. So the state of Indiana, when they release their projects or requests for proposal or RFPs, those are out on the streets for 12 weeks. And so, but you don't want to start planning at that 12 weeks. You want to start planning beforehand. So setting your business up for, capacity, looking at what are some of the trending contracts that have been out there before, knowing what they look for on those contracts so that you'll know when it's up for renewal what you'll need. Yeah, I would say having a conversation with someone in our office, specifically the business development and outreach team, and then again doing your research. What is it that the state traditionally looks for in these projects, or what are they, what services are they procuring on a regular basis, or what professional services or any other services? Take a look at that. Again, what's trending and what are we buying on a constant and consistent basis, and then setting your business up so that you fit the mold and you fit the model for those things.
My name is Michelle Riley, and I manage Citizens Energy Group, and I'll be participating in the IDOA workshop today. I'm looking to deliver some helpful tips to the suppliers when they're looking to do business with really any organization that they need to know, like being prepared, showing up, finding your value proposition, understanding the value, the vision, the mission of organizations that you can bring to be a true partner for them. Doing your research and really learning how you are a fit for organizations such as Citizens and doing business. And so doing your research and showing up and exceeding expectations with the organization is critical. So the whole ideal of thought, cultivating inclusive thoughts from different groups of people help to lead progress, really. And so having different individuals at the table to have that thought come together is critical for Citizens in keeping us relevant in today's world. And also it's just important. It's a key piece to growing our business as well, because everyone is invited to the table to support what we're doing for our communities in providing utilities. We do many different outreaches and volunteer efforts, whether you're encouraged. I've been with Citizens 3 years, and you're encouraged to volunteer on your own or with Citizens. We have our annual Sharing the Dream that we host, in which we go into the community and we select a park in January in honor of the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And we renovate that park with our employees as well as with our business partners. And just that opportunity it just warms my heart to see that we can impact our communities in that manner.
Each year, the Indiana Black Expo kicks off its business conference with the Mayor's Breakfast, opportunity for participants and community leaders to network, celebrate the city's economic development, look at progress and potential for minority business growth, and hand out some awards.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. This Week in Business.
We are here to celebrate and uplift minority-owned businesses in central Indiana. And that's something that the city of Indianapolis sees a lot of value in. We know, as one of the most diverse cities in Indiana, in fact, it's the most diverse city in all of Indiana. 52% women make up Indianapolis. So men, pay attention. Indianapolis is also 46% racial and ethnic minority. 46%. And that number continues to grow. I see that type of diversity as one of Indianapolis's greatest strengths. And we ought to be doing everything that we can possibly imagine to take advantage of that diversity.
My name is Deandra Wardell, and I'm the owner and CEO of On to the Next One Consulting. So with my company, we are known as the Clarity Confidant for executive leaders. And what we do is we provide a psychologically safe space for executives, particularly executives in the not-for-profit space, help them identify what is it that they aspire to achieve, what is their current state. We help them to gain clarity on what are the key things they need to focus on, and then we work together to coach them in closing those gaps. I have been so fortunate to be a part of the IBE Black Business Training Institute for the past 12 weeks. And so I received recognition. My business was recognized for my participation throughout the cohort. And I received a grant from Key Bank for actively participating and doing all of the hard work as a part of the Training Institute. So why this means so much to me is because I have narrowed my focus of where I want to make an impact. And what I'm concentrating on is working specifically with not-for-profits, things I've done in my corporate life. I have a background in continuous improvement, Lean Six Sigma, human resources management, you name it. And all of the things I've experienced, all the training and certification I have. Indianapolis, I've been here for 11 years. This is home to me. And I want to take everything that I've learned and pour back into the community, pour back into not-for-profits so that we can continue to make an impact on the lives of the people within Indianapolis. So what this means to me is not only the grant, which is going to be a huge game changer. A portion of it I will be tithing and donating to my church, Light of the World Christian Church. Another portion I'll be tithing and providing micro grants to other small businesses. But it means a lot to me because it positions me and positions my firm to be in a place to make an even bigger impact in the Indianapolis community.
So Lamar Holliday, CEO of the Holliday Collaborative Agency, and I was just awarded the Minority Business Enterprise of the Year Award on behalf of the City of Indianapolis. I do this work not to get recognized, but I see there are needs in our community. There are people who need help, that need connections, and I've just been blessed to be in a position to be that conduit and make sure that people's needs are being met and that we're moving our city forward, because again, everybody has a story, everyone needs something, and so if I can come in and help in some capacity, whether it's at an individual level or community level to help move our city forward, I'm just blessed to be in that position to do so. I've definitely taken pride that the city is investing in minority businesses, that they see that we add value, we can help move the city forward, and we have the apparatus to do that. And so the fact that the city is taking not only the efforts, but they're putting money where their mouth is to really help invest in minority business is instrumental. One of the things I'm really proud of is the disparity study that the city is taking on to really make sure that they are truly investing in minority businesses and that they are doing their part to make it equitable across the board. One thing that I'm seeing is that as small business owners, there are a lot of things that we have to do as small businesses, right? So not only we're doing the day-to-day operations, but we're doing invoicing and trying to get contracts and things like that. One of the things that I appreciate about the IBE Business Conference is that they take the time and resources to really help small business owners such as myself connect with other businesses and other resources to really help us through helping to grow our business. And so every year this conference is important. Every year that I've come, I've made a connection with some business or some organization, whether they have helped me or I have helped them. And so any business owner that's in the city of Indianapolis within Marion County needs to make sure that they are at this business conference every year because it could change your business. I'm just excited to be connected and connect with other entrepreneurs and other business owners because as I mentioned, you just never know what connection you may have that will lead you into that successful first quarter or first quarter or second quarter. So I think for me what's on the horizon is continue to make those connections, continue to make a difference in my community, and really doing my part to not only help my business grow but also help other minority business grow in the process.
Holly Harrington is Senior Director of Supplier Diversity for Indianapolis International Airport. David Fredericks is Director of the Office of Minority and Women Business Development for the city. They took time out from their business conference duties to speak with us about the Project Pipeline for the city and how your business can tap into increasing opportunity.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Industry Focus.
So I would say first we want to educate people on what is out there. As mentioned this morning at the breakfast, there's a lot of work happening in the city of Indianapolis right now, not only projects that are funded and supported by the city, but also by other organizations as well. And so we find that it's important not only to educate people about what we have going on, but about all the different work opportunities that are out there. So that, I would say, is key, first and foremost, is to educate people on what projects are going on. And then secondly, would be how do you gain access to them? Who are the individuals that you need to know? What are the places you need to go to and be seen at or register with and things of that nature? So we want to give folks a little bit of insight to that, but also be here to answer questions too, because there are a lot of folks who may not pick up on what we're trying to bring to them in the presentation, and they may get it better from a one-on-one conversation with one of our staff. So it's critical for us to be here, like I said, tell people what's going on, and then to help them figure out how they can get involved in some of these projects. I mean, I think a lot of people they hear about city projects and they think there's going to be a lot of different hurdles that they have to jump over in order to get involved, or that they have to have a certain income threshold as a company and things of that nature. And it's really not the case. I mean, we try to streamline the process to make it as easy as possible and as equitable as possible for everybody to be able to get involved. And at the same token, we want to make folks understand that, we're developing pieces of these projects that are small enough for the startup business to be able to handle and to grow from. And so that's another initiative, is that, everything isn't, the $5-10 million projects. Sometimes we can break stuff as small as $200,000 and things like that. So part of it is, like I said, just have to talk with us, let us know what your situation is, and then we can try and figure out the best way to get you plugged into a project.
My name is Holly Harrington. I am the Senior Director of Equity and Opportunity at the Indianapolis Airport. And why I'm here today for a summer celebration is to talk about the project pipeline, specifically at the airport, but there'll be a lot of my peers here today talking about other opportunities around the city. This is a great opportunity for businesses to find out what the opportunities are and to learn how they can potentially engage and get access to these opportunities, which is the first step. Some of the challenges is right now there are so many opportunities in our community. Businesses actually have their choice to pick who they really want to work for. So as organizations, we want to be the favorite. We want individuals to bid on our opportunities. And so our role is not just to share what they are, but why would you choose one organization over the other, just based on the surplus of opportunities across Indianapolis right now. What this means to me is very personal. My father was an MBE, inner city Detroit, as a pharmacist and had 7 pharmacies. And so I'm a product of what you can do when you support a business. It allows business people to support their families. And then this is my way of giving back. So even though I didn't become an entrepreneur, I watched my father work pretty much 24/7, understand the pains. And so if there's anything I can do to help businesses get access to opportunities, teach them how to navigate, which ultimately will result in inclusion with some of these pipeline projects that are going on, it just means the world to me. And I just know that with their families, they might have somebody else like me that's giving, in turn, giving back. So it's very cyclical that when you help small businesses, you help the community, but you also help their families. And when they see that firsthand, they'll want to give back to the community as well.
Our thanks again to all the contributors who joined us for this episode of the Business Equity and Opportunities podcast. We hope you found it enlightening, useful, and inspiring. You'll find more information about the show on our website, BEOshow.com. You can watch Business Equity and Opportunities Sunday mornings at 10 on Wish TV or live stream it through wishtv.com. Each week we provide 7 full segments with topics ranging from how to get started and how to access capital to the day-to-day running of your business and questions about accounting and bookkeeping. We feature business news and trends and always share a success story from one of our contributors. Join us next time for more insights into the world of small business. Be sure to sign up for our Business Equity and Opportunities newsletter to get even more valuable, up-to-date information. And if you have any questions or you'd like to be part of our show, please email us. The address is beo@wishtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Scott Sander. Thanks for listening.
Watch the Business Equity and Opportunity Show on Wish TV and access all of our content and share it on demand anytime at BEOshow.com. You can find more podcasts from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.